and I look so much better in person. So, this is really a great pleasure for me. I was the grant chair this year, and let me just remind everybody that the foundation is our foundation. It belongs to both of the clubs. Both clubs have representatives on the board. We're very proud to serve on your behalf. And one of the favorite things we do is give our money back out to the community. So that's what we're going to do here today. So let me just, and I'm going to ask all the grant recipients to join me up here in just a second, but whoops, if I don't lose the money. But I wanted to, oh, thank you. I got it. Thank you so much. I did want to recognize the committee that served with me. Turns out this is a lot of work, and we have a very dedicated committee, and I know most of you are here today, so if you would stand when I call your name. Beth Cassidy, Doug Eschen, I don't think he's here today, Jerry Hawkins, and Scott Trudeau served on the grant committee this year, so thank you. You know, every year there's more need than we can serve. We work really hard to raise our funds, and we just don't have enough to give out to. There's a lot of need in the community. We had 13 applications this year, and the request was for $115,000, over $115,000. According to our bylaws, we're required to distribute at least 5% of the balance of our funds at the end of each calendar year. So this year, that amount was about $61,000. So today, I'm very pleased to announce that the board has agreed to distribute $63,500, and so we did go a little bit beyond the 5%, and we're allowed to go a little bit higher than that. So, but based on our earnings and everything, we're trying to be prudent with our distributions. So we will be awarding 10 grants today, and I'm really, really proud to start to announce those. So if I could have the grant recipients join me up here, and we'll go through that. I'm going to announce who they are and how much they're going to receive, and then each grant recipient will step up and tell us a little bit about how they're going to use the money. Just not quite wide enough. Okay, so they should be in order. Okay, so I'm going to begin with Open Heart Kitchen, and our guest today is Linda McKeever. And her amount, the amount they're going to receive is $10,000.
We really appreciate all of your support that you've given us, in the past and the present. And in Livermore, we're expanding because I know your goal is to serve children. Our box lunch program here, it will continue through the summer, which is new. And we're working with the library systems here in Livermore and also the school systems to get those distributed during the summer as well as the school year. So last year we did over 286,000 meals, and we've just taken over 2 new programs, 2 more senior programs, and so next year we're looking at well over 300,000 meals. So thank you so much. Wow.
And as we go through this, I'm just going to keep throwing in commercials. So one of the things the foundation has done, it's been in place for over 25 years, and we've distributed over $1 million to the community in that time. So again, the second recipient today is Janice O'Rourke, and she's representing the Assistant League of Amador Valley, and they're being awarded $5,000. Congratulations.
Thank you, everyone. This is wonderful for us. We're a very small chapter in a national organization. We serve the residents of the Tri-Valley area, Livermore, Pleasanton, and Dublin. Our biggest project is called Operation School Bell, and that's where all of this money will go. We invite underprivileged children from mostly Livermore, but a few in Pleasanton, a few in Dublin, to join us at Kohl's department store. And they get to pick out their own school clothes. This is a huge deal for these kids because they usually get hand-me-downs or they go to thrift stores. For them to be able to go to a department store and pick out $100 worth of school clothes, to see the faces on these kids, it's just wonderful and heartwarming. And Kohl's is very good to us. Obviously, they don't charge us tax. We get a lot of things on sale. the amount of clothing these kids can get for this $100 is just heartwarming, and the looks on their faces, they're just so excited. And we also give them a gift certificate for $25 for Payless Shoe Source. So they get school clothes, they get new school shoes, and it's been proven that kids who feel good about themselves when they go to school, how well they look, they do better at school. So that's what we're doing with your money. And I know one thing that you like to know is that we publicize your generosity. You're always listed when we have our big fundraiser. You're always listed on our brochure. We have whenever we send out information about our group, you're always listed as one of our benefactors. And at any of our functions, we always display this proudly. Citizens League of Amador Valley thanks the Rotarian Foundation of Livermore for their continued support of Operation School Bell. Thank you so much.
Let's see, our third recipient today is the Tri-Valley Housing Opportunity Center, and the representative is Annika Olson. No, she's not here, is she? Oh, here you go. I'm so sorry. Thank you. I didn't see you. Thank you. Congratulations.
Well, thank you so much. I am so thrilled and grateful to be here on behalf of the Tri-Valley Housing Opportunity Center and the clients that we serve. These funds are directly going to support our efforts to educate at-risk youth and veterans in the Tri-Valley region about effective financial management methods. The TVHOC has partnered with National Budget Planners, Wells Fargo, and the Consumer Credit Counseling Foundation to deliver financial education workshops to at-risk youth at local high schools in Livermore, including Del Valle Continuation High School, Granada High School, and at-risk youth participating in the East Bay Youth Center's Back to Work program. Within the next 2 months, we will be partnering with Abode Services and local low-income housing complexes in the city of Livermore to deliver workshops to foster youth, low-income families struggling with multiple disabilities, and veterans. Our goal is to really create a meaningful and measurable impact on these populations in a manner which helps to build financial well-being and financial stability. By supporting those populations that are most vulnerable to predatory practices, discrimination, and abuse within our communities, we ensure the safety and stability of all individuals and the places that they live. So thank you so much. Very appreciated.
Okay, and you know, the committee works really hard on this, but there's two people that always help, and that is the president of the foundation, and he's here today, Fred Quarterman. Thank you so much. Somebody could not make it today, but that's Gretchen Rutherford.
Yeah.
She's the secretary of our foundation board. She is tireless. We could not bring this together without her, and so even though she's not here, I'd like to thank her. Okay, so our next recipients are Reins in Motion Foundation, and the accepting the award is Peggy James, and they're getting $5,000.
Wow, we're ecstatic. A month ago, we were able to raise enough funds to purchase the pony that you will be sponsoring for the next year with this grant. It is awesome because it is a bonus because the mayor is pregnant. So we now have a new program in the fall for homeschool children. But I am one of 4 instructors at Reins in Motion, and by giving children and adults with disabilities the gift of being on a horse or around a horse, give them the reins for life to make a difference one step at a time. And it's just amazing. Our program, it's just it's just a magical program, and to watch these children blossom and grow. We have 2.5-year-olds to 75-year-olds on a horse. We have children who come in, they're not walking, they're not talking, and we are now seeing them walk, they're talking, and it's awesome. What's really nice about this pony is that we didn't realize up until, we've never brought a horse in this fast. She came in, and within a week we had her in the program because she's just such a sweetheart. And we took her to camp the very first week we had her, and we had forgotten what it was like to have a pony and how it bridged the gap for some of our kids who have never seen a horse before. We have the Taylor Family Foundation. We have children from all over the country that come, that we work with have life-threatening illnesses, and many of them are from the inner city, and they've never seen a horse. They've never been in the outdoors. They get to be treated like a normal child. They get to have fun, and they get to ride a horse. And for some, it's very scary. So having that smaller pony, we had kids on a horseback that normally would not have gotten on. And then it bridges it to the bigger horse. Some of them, they get on, they just sit. Some they get on and will take 3 steps. And then the others will say, I took a step and now I'm in heaven and I'm flying. So thank you very much.
Each of them use the mic.
Will do. Thank you.
Have them speak into the mic.
Will do. So the next recipient is Access Community Health, and the representative is Kitty Harvey. And they'll be receiving $6,004, and you'll explain why it's kind of an odd number.
On behalf of Access Community Health, thank you so much. Access Community Health is the sole provider for primary health care for our uninsured and low-income Tri-Valley neighbors. What we are using this money for is we are buying audiometers for our Livermore and our Pleasanton clinics. Audiometers, it's a medical diagnostic tool that helps our providers detect hearing loss in our patients. And this is personally impactful for me. I have a little story for you, if you're ready for this. I grew up in a very large Midwestern family. I'm one of 11 children. My claim to fame is I am actually the middle child. I have 5 older siblings, 5 younger siblings. And with all the commotion in my household, my parents were unaware that I had a hearing loss issue as a small child. It wasn't until I went to school where it was detected because I had learning disabilities and developmental delays because of this hearing loss. When I went to my primary care physician to get my immunizations for school, they used an audiometer on me, and it was the first time that they realized, oh my gosh, this little redhead doesn't hear. And I had a very common hearing loss issue that they were able to rectify right away. It was a new world for me opened up. I didn't realize I even had a hearing loss issue because I thought everyone could hear what I heard. And the developmental delays, got cleared up quite quickly. And I know with this gift, we are going to change the lives of so many of our Tri-Valley youth who come to Access for their primary care appointments to get their immunizations from schools. And now we will be able to test their hearing. So thank you so much.
You probably picked up the theme. So our grants are, we do try to focus on youth-oriented efforts, and so you'll see that as a common theme throughout all our recipients. The next group is Calico, and they're being represented by Bertha Navarez today, and they're receiving $10,000. Congratulations.
My name is Bertha Navarez. I'm one of the child interview specialists at Calico Center. Can't hear you. Calico Center is the Child Advocacy Center for Alameda County, and we provide child forensic interviews of children under allegations of sexual abuse, physical abuse, witnesses to violence. We also interview adults with disabilities, and we aid in with justice and healing for our victims. We work very closely with law enforcement, prosecutors, child welfare workers, and professionals that deal with child abuse investigations. We have conducted 36 interviews of children in the city of Livermore. And of those 36 children that we've interviewed, we've linked more than half of them to therapy. We also worked with 34 families in the city of Livermore to connect them to different resources. The children that we interviewed for the city of Livermore have been ages 2 to 17, and 4 of them have been Spanish speaking. We could not do the work that we do without the support of organizations such as the Livermore Rotarian Foundation. So we thank you, and thank you for believing in the value of our services. And thank you.
Thank you so much. Livermore Valley Joint Unified School District, and this goes to the Children's Health Access. And the recipients today are Catherine Arthur, the school nurse, and I think Nick is here as well? No? No, sorry. Oh, and this is for $5,000.
Thank you. Can everyone hear me? I'm not used to speaking in a microphone. No, can?
Yeah.
But I also have a hearing impairment, so I appreciate that. So, I appreciate the story. I feel honored to be among all the different agencies that I feel like as a school nurse I intertwine with on a day-to-day as I continue to serve our kids in our community. So I appreciate all that you continue to do to support our kids. What we do with this money is many of different things. I feel like we always fill in the gaps, whether it be through glasses because they're on Medi-Cal and they get one pair of glasses a year, and the child running around broke their glasses, so we are able, through partnerships that we've created and are very appreciative of, is able to get a new pair of glasses at a discounted rate. Or we do dental screenings and we're able to identify kids who have severe dental caries. And imagine, you know, I've luckily never had a dental cavity, but imagine some of these kids have such bad dental caries that their nubs have just become rotted away also, so they don't even feel the pain anymore. So when we're able to walk in and with the dentists and the relationships we have, able to fix those mouths, it just, they come in, one little kid came in with his new glasses and wanted to come in and show me with a big smile on his face. So it does bring, you know, a big smile to my face to know that we can do that. And then other just different things medically. We help pay for physicals for kids who wanted to play futsal at Junction Avenue, or who needed, one time we did a chest x-ray because they need a TB clearance to do ROP program. So with this money, we continue to be able to serve our kids, and once again, thank you very much for continuing to help.
All right, you can see that your dollars have a huge impact on the community. You're impacting real lives every day and through the work of these very fine, dedicated people, so thank you. All right, and next we have the Livermore Valley Opera, and the gift is for, grant is for $5,000, and accepting, here we go, Nick, thank you, and Barbara Gilmartin.
I get the money. I'm Barbara Gilmartin. I'm a volunteer for Livermore Valley Opera. I would like to thank the Rotary Foundation of Livermore for their generous grant to our student outreach program. The gentleman to my left is Nick Nackley. He is the director of the Education Outreach Program, which is what we're calling it now. And I think I'll turn this over to him and let him tell you just a little bit about what he's doing. He may be a little bit hoarse. He's a great baritone, but he just did 2 programs this morning, so. Nick.
Hello. I want to, I think I'm speaking for the entire organization of Livermore Valley Opera, Jim Schmidt, who couldn't be here today, the president of the board, and all the volunteers on the board there, when I say thank you and express my deep appreciation for this gift, this award. Because of the, I'm going to take this off, because of the generosity of organizations like yours, we were able this year and through other underwriting to bring our high caliber performing arts into the schools in the Tri-Valley area and impact more than 7,000 students just between the months of January and now. This award is the type of funding that's going to allow us to further expand our programs and bring our goal, reach our goal of performing for and working with 14,000 to 15,000 students next year. We are very excited. This is completely underwritten, so this is at no cost to the schools, and because of this generosity, we're able to go into schools like Junction Ave, K through 8, Joe Mitchell School, schools that are in severe need of arts programs, because the arts programs in those schools have often been cut we make it a goal of ours and an initiative to target schools that are Title I schools and schools that serve underprivileged communities. And that's what really differentiates us from a lot of the arts organizations and opera organizations in the Bay Area, where they provide their services, their outreach services at a fee. So often the schools that are able to afford those services are the ones that get the services. In our case, we're really fortunate to, and very proud to bring our outreach into the schools at no cost to those schools, and particularly into the schools that are in most need. So thank you again, and we are very appreciative of your generosity. Thank you.
Okay. And next we'll be giving an award to Hoof Prints on the Heart, and to accept it is Michael and Marianne Roundtree, or just Michael. And the award is for $5,000.
This is my wife, Marianne, right here. Thank you very much for this generous award. The Hookers on the Heart, which operates at the historic Hageman Farm property downtown Livermore. We serve a large group of special needs people in our population with conditions ranging all the way from autism to cerebral palsy to spinal bifida to on and on. But your grant this year is going to allow us to again extend this to another really special group in our population, and that is our foster children. So as a result of this group, of this donation, we will now extend this to a large group of foster children for summer camps. And we found that to be especially meaningful between all of the different types of groups that we're serving. So come visit us at the farm. And certainly if anybody wants to volunteer, I see a bunch. We actually have 100 volunteers showing up this Saturday to help us paint fences. So, very special place with a very special program reaching, we operate 50 weeks out of the year, 6 days a week. And most of that comes from the generosity of people just like you. Thank you very much.
And Charity, I haven't forgotten you. So, and finally, last but not least, the Livermore High School boosters for the band, the cowboy band, needed uniforms. And so Charity is here to accept an award of $7,500. Congratulations.
Hello, I'm Charity Shatanian, and I'm this year's treasurer with the Livermore Cowboy Band Boosters. I've had 3 children that have gone through the Livermore school system, but only my last child has been involved in the music program. And until that time, I was not aware of the great need in our school district's music program. The band program is open to high school students with some music background, either from taking band in our middle schools or from private lessons. And the Livermore High School Marching Band typically has around 75 to 100 students in it every year. And the ethnic diversity of the band closely mirrors the ethnic diversity of Livermore. The band receives very little funding beyond instruction from the school district. The Band Boosters fundraises to cover the costs of the band reviews, which are part of the band curriculum, as well as other band activities such as the holiday and rodeo parades. And our annual budget is about $35,000, and that's just for what we do each and every year. The pressing need for the Livermore High School Cowboy Band is new uniforms. Typically, uniforms are replaced every 10 years, and based on the number of band students, the band uniforms will benefit about 800 to 1,000 students over the next 10 years. However, our uniforms right now are 17 years old, and as my son says, they were bought before I was born. The shoes are literally falling apart when they march, and the uniforms are very, very worn. The band students learn many valuable lessons from the band reviews, from getting up early on a Saturday morning to load their instruments and the uniforms into the truck, to the long bus ride to the reviews, to dressing for the performance, which sometimes has a dress inspection. Their shoes need to be polished, no flyaway hair, no jewelry or makeup is allowed, and then they are evaluated on their marching skills and their musical performance. Teamwork is required at every step. And as the Livermore High School principal, Albert Salazar, says, band students are more prepared for the rigors of college. It would be a very sad thing for the band program that we have today to decay and disappear with the decay of the uniforms. The Rotary Grant Funds will purchase at least 15 uniforms, and I am so excited to tell you this. I just found out Tuesday morning that because of this big grant, and the Livermore Valley Education Foundation is also giving us $2,500, and then they will match another $2,000 when we raise another $2,000. So. The new uniforms are estimated to cost about $50,000, and with the grant from the Rotary Club combined with other funds raised, we're at $39,000. So we are at the 50 needed. So we are really on the home stretch. And so on behalf of all the band members and the high school cowboy band boosters, thank you so much for your generous grant.
Please, all the recipients, we do want to join Dawn in just a minute, take a picture of everybody. And again, congratulations to all, and congratulations to all the Rotarians who helped put this together and contribute to the funds.
Thank you, Lori. Good job, Lori.
Thank you, Lori. Congratulations to everyone.
We have a little time left, and I think maybe someone wants to say something. Steve, you want to say something?
That was last week.
Last week. Anybody this week have anything they, food? Leo Croce is here, if you hadn't noticed.
Because I've been absent for so long, I'll join the President's Club.
Anybody else? Anyone want to match Leo's generosity? Ned Coates.
Last week, when